trenches. It is the German army that first engraves this fateful pattern on World War I. To hold the ground they gained in the war's first offensive, the Germans dig into the soil of France. They dig straight and deep, with man-high trenches and underground galleries for their horses, kitchens, and stores. The Allies, running out of ammunition, are also forced to dig to save themselves from the German guns. And no one foresees that this is the shape of things to come. Guns and automatic weapons become fixed in place to cover the enemy front, block every line of approach. War is frozen into a changeless pattern, defying the plans, the obsessions of the generals. Waves of men flung out of their own shelters to find some way through will keep meeting the stubborn barricades of the trenches. On the training grounds of England in 1915, apple-cheeked recruits and old soldiers are learning how to dig. This army that just a few years before had thrown its spades away, saying that entrenched warfare was a thing of the past. Now they are learning the anatomy of a trench, the novelty of warfare without movement. The model trench works. 40 yards ahead of the main trench, the listening posts for advance warning. Behind the main trench, a maze of support trenches and redoubts called strong points, intersected by traverses or zigzags, reserve trenches and communication centers. In theory, on the drill field, a neat and orderly design. In practice, in France, a disorder of slime, rubble, and mud. The Germans have purposely entrenched in the higher ground. In some sectors, the drainage from their trenches is pumped downhill into the Allied lines. Never before has France seen so much rain. Troops and country folk blame it on the artillery. They say the cannonading has loosened the skies. There is water everywhere, but little to use. Water is weight. And most of what is brought up to the main line, heavily chlorinated, is for drinking and cooking only. It is almost impossible to get rid of what a correspondent calls the great unmentioned fact of war, the smell of unwashed humanity. Ahead of the trench line is the belt of barbed wire, concertinas, double aprons, single aprons, row upon row in depth from 40 to 150 feet. Beyond, no man's land, the middle ground between the armies where death takes no holiday. But it has to be crossed by raiders. Generals cannot stand inactivity. There are prisoners to be taken, information to be gained. Usually the raiders go by night, occasionally, daringly, by day. There are hours when not a hostile sound is heard. And there are hours of incessant noise, days of thunderous fire, followed by nights aglow with fierce-looking flares and star shells. An infantryman comes to feel almost an affection for his trench. This is home, enfolding, protecting him. It is when he tries to sleep in his sodden clothing, boots on, rats and vermin crawling, that he reflects on his animal state, and misery closes on him like a shroud. For the wounded, there are no such blessings as plasma and sulfa. Two curses of the trench are shrapnel and shell shock. There is always something to fight. The enemy, the cold, ice, mud, and the sheer effort of getting supplies to within even a few hundred yards of the trenches. One of their songs says, "There's no relief from the war," but there is. Troops are spelled out of the line to a French village for rest and remedy. Inspection for trench foot, that painful product of wet and cold at the front. Relief means delousing. Immunity will be brief, even after the hottest possible bath. The steam chamber for all clothing. 24 hours later, back in the trenches, they'll all be crawling with lice again, the notorious cooties. And they'll be back with the rats, and no wit of man or training of dog finds any way to eliminate them. The favorite expression is Santa Fe Ann. Once it was French. Now everyone understands. What's the difference? Or maybe I'll beat this game. And some of them will, at least for a while. Death and its ornaments. Death is so close, so numerous, that it becomes impersonal. The dead lie unburied for weeks or months in no man's land. And when you reclaim them, the shock of burying your own hits harder than seeing them killed in action. Up to the line again, to the trenches, to try and beat the game a while longer. For the generals, beating the game means ending the deadlock by breaking the enemy line. Old stratagems are revived and new devices invented. There is sapping, to tunnel in under no man's land, mine beneath the enemy works, and blast a way through. To aid observation, there is a lofting tower, to see and aim beyond the forbidden boundaries of the enemy trenches. About a mile behind the front, there comes into being a line of sausage balloons anchored to the ground. They will provide a beautiful view, but they are costly and hazardous. The bags are filled with inflammable hydrogen, and when the fighter planes come, the observer will have to jump or go down in flames. First used only for reconnaissance, military planes now swing over to bombing and strafing. Another attempt to break the deadlock. Bombs are small, aiming devices crude, damage slight. Frontline troops fear more than bombs the small steel darts, the size of a pencil, which when dropped, according to trench rumor, will pierce a man's skull and go through to his toes. Weird weapons, never before known, not again to be seen, come up for testing. Some are progenitors of arms to be used in future wars. Others look medieval. None changes the balance. Not even the flamethrower, which the Germans introduce. It empties of fuel in a few seconds and then becomes useless. Not even the war's most monstrous of terror weapons, poison gas. Drifting in the wind, it is a hazard to attacker as well as defender. Frontline troops are taught that this is one enemy they can beat through discipline and equipment. But there will be 1 million gas casualties, 79,000 deaths. The features of man are hidden behind the mask of war. They try armor, body armor, to fend off bullets, or the weapons of older wars, weapons they will hardly have to face. Anything to break the deadlock of the trenches. The French bring out a little monstrosity, a mobile shield to be pushed forward by a crawling man. It has no good use anytime, anywhere. A passing folly. Yet all the while, there is something big going on. In England, men are working on an armored weapons carrier with caterpillar treads. For deception, it is first labeled a water carrier, a label abandoned when sponsors object to being known as the WC Committee. They settle on a different code name, tank. They are led by Winston Churchill and an Army colonel named Ernest Swinton. All who keep the secret wonder if the tank will justify their hopes. Breakthrough on the Western Front. In October 1915, the first tanks are ready for field testing. The first models are awkward, lumbering, thinly plated. They crawl no faster than a man can walk, but they can traverse ditches and craters that stop any wheeled vehicle. In France, the commanders of the British Expeditionary Force are certain that they will never need them. Certain they will drive the Germans from the trenches before the tanks can arrive. From all lands of the empire, they are gathering their forces for the big push. There are Anzacs with cocky hats and cocky ways, South Africans, Canadians, Indians, Scots in kilts, called by the enemy the ladies from hell. Caissons, big parades, infantry massing and marching. Ready for the big push, the drive that is bound to break through the trench line. The push will come in 1916 in a quiet sector, the valley of the Somme, a tranquil river in northern France. The British commander, General Sir Douglas Haig, is certain he will cut the German army in two. He will have to do it on his own. His French allies are awash in the slaughter of Verdun. Joffre, who urges the British on, can give them only nominal help. There is no cleverness to the plan. Full-length assault over an 18-mile front from both sides of the river. 6 British Corps north, 5 French divisions south. They expect to bull through. The German line is impregnably strong. The chalk hills overlooking the Allied trenches are a catacomb. Massive timbered dugouts, rebutted with concrete, electrically lighted, are serviced by underground laundries, aid stations, repair shops, and arsenals. Life is relatively good here. The Germans don't wish to be disturbed. They think it would be folly for the Allies to try. A British army led by General Sir Henry Rawlinson gets squared away. 500,000 Tommies stand poised and ready. Scaling ladders are set in the front line. For 5 days, massed artillery will blast at the German positions. A British soldier waiting to go over the top keeps repeating to himself, "In 20 minutes, I'll be dead. In 15 minutes, I'll be dead." Over the top and disaster on the very first day. Not a single significant plot of ground will be won. A few shallow penetrations, that is all. By day's end, more than 60,000 soldiers of the British Empire are casualties littering the field. But Haig will not call off the battle and cut his losses. It will go on for 5 months. The most soulless battle in British history. In July 1916, Rawlinson senses an opening at a place called High Wood. 4 squadrons of Indian cavalry are thrown against it. The enemy opens fire on them as they gallop out of a cornfield. Dead horses, dead men, and none gets to high wood. The German commander calls it some indication of the tactical knowledge of the British High Command. From the first day of battle, the German infantry counterattacks. At this, above all, they excel. They have a rhythm, a sense of timing. But on the Somme, counterattack piles their losses high. Now the British secret weapon, the tank, appears. If stockpiled to sufficient numbers, tanks might stage an overwhelming surprise. But Haig is grasping for anything that may shock the enemy and breach the front. He throws the first 42 tanks into a general 12-division attack. The first sight of the big monsters panics the German infantry. 4 tanks break through, briefly, but 9 break down. 9 fail to catch up with the infantry, and 4 become ditched. It is a failure. Too little. Not too late. Too soon. The welter of slaughter that is the Somme continues until mid-November, when Haig at last calls it off. Strategically, nothing has changed. The few miles of ground won are insignificant. The British have lost 471,000 men. The Germans, 235,000, a ratio of 2 to 1. It is the trenches themselves that survive.